Welcome to Mama's Playground.
Welcome.
Okay.
I was waiting. I don't know. I got stuck for a minute. Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about when you call your dog, does he really listen to you or your husband?
Oh my gosh. Tell them why you're saying this, Darlene.
I'm kidding.
Please explain why you are asking this question.
Okay, so I get here today and Monica opens the door and Clifford, the dog.
My big red dog, right? He's so
Yes,
big.
Yes. He leaves the house and he decides to just go for a run. For
For a run.
And there goes Monica, like running after
Barefoot.
the dog, barefoot, looking
Yes.
like crazy. I was talking to Nancy at that moment, and I'm like, "You gotta see Monica. She's running around like crazy." And then there's this old lady, like also like working
Trying to
out
help.
this morning, and she's trying to help, and it's this whole situation. And then I go to Benji, Monica's husband. I go, "Hey, Clifford is gone. Se te dio, se te dio."
Yeah. He's like, yes, let him run
No,
away.
he loves him. And
does,
he
he
goes, "Oh, okay." So he goes back into the house and I'm like, "I think she needs help." "Oh, okay." So he comes out and he goes, "Clifford, come to bed." And he comes running inside with no issue.
Listen, I was frustrated. It was about what, a 8-minute ordeal running
Yeah.
around the whole neighborhood, barefoot on the road, stopping cars. And then all he had to do was, Clifford, come home.
He said, "Come to bed."
Or come
to
home,
your bed.
Or go to your bed. Exactly.
Go to your bed.
And
Go to
he
your
went
bed.
running from the other side of the street all the
Yeah.
way to where his dad was.
Yeah.
And I came home and I said, "You freaking dog! You."
That was so funny. My question is it the same thing with the boys? Who do they listen to the most?
They listen to both, but I would say that they respect dad more than they respect me. I think with me, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. That's my mom. I can get away with it. She's gonna pamper me. She's gonna love me no matter what. Even when I scream at a point that sometimes I feel bad because I've just lost it. Even then, I think they just don't take me serious. It's bad, but anyways.
What do we do? What do we do in life to be taken seriously by our
I don't
kids?
know. And it's funny because I see most patterns like that. I see most patterns as like the dad just gets home. He hasn't been home all day and he says, "Hey, kids, do this." And they listen. And then I've been home all day and maybe it's that. They're so comfortable that they are like, "Oh, whatever, we know how she is already," or I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, but they respect both. But I think that when dad lays down the law, they listen to him more.
Okay.
I don't know if they're more like they get scared when he raises his voice.
Do you ever do this? Because sometimes, and I try to stop myself, I'm like, "I'm going to tell your dad that you're doing this."
yes.
And then it's, wait, are we putting some fear that shouldn't be there?
Yeah.
Or maybe it should be there. That's when they listen, right?
Yeah, or you make it seem like I'm going to tell your dad, but we're not an authority figure.
Exactly.
So we're like kind of, threatening them. I do that. And I've had to stop doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, when your dad gets home, I'm going to tell him what you did. And I'm like, no, hold on one second. Why am I saying this? I'm also the mother figure. I also have to have authority. I also have to be taken serious, not just the dad. So I've tried to catch myself when I do that. And then I stop myself.
I've seen that too. It's why put that fear about the dad and whatever he says it is what it is.
Yeah, when I say it's not.
So we need to change that. Anyway, it's June 10th. Happy summer. We're officially in summer, although I think the official day is somewhere later in June when summer begins. I think so. But anyway, it's
for us, kids are out of school.
It's summer. They're out of school, and it's so freaking hot outside.
Very.
Welcome to summer. So the kids are in camp right now.
Yes, thankfully they have it. My camp thankfully is all day from 8 to 6. So I'm like, wow, that saves me to be able to do the things I need to do. And then, actually yesterday I went to go.
8 to 6 is a great.
8 to 6 is amazing. Amazing. I thought they were gonna cut it, but they said no till 6 o'clock. So, which is amazing. Yesterday I went to go pick them up, and I picked them up at 4:30. Typically school days are at 2, right? And I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave them till 4:30 because either way they didn't go in till about 9:30, almost 10. So I said, okay, I'll leave them, till 4:30. I picked them up, and the first thing they say is, "Why are you here?" And I was like, yes, they love the camps. That means I can leave them till 6. Awesome. This is great, And I love my kids, don't get me wrong, but it saves me. I'm like, okay, maybe they didn't want to be there that long. Let me pick them up so that they don't feel like I'm leaving them there all day. But that they asked me to stay, listen, my job is done.
That happened to us when we went on a cruise it was in Europe a couple years ago. And Luna was 3.5. And so we knew that there was a kids club, but I'm like, okay, we're really international waters here. And she's 3.5 and I don't know. So I was so nervous. And then we take her to the kids club. And then probably an hour later, we come back and she didn't want to come. And it happened like that the whole week. So she spent the whole week in the kids club and it was great. And, you know, sometimes we're so scared, like when you take them to school for the first time, that you're so scared that they're not going to like it, that they're going to cry. And no, they're
independent. They love it. Actually, it's better for them because like I told Benjamin, I'm not planning to put them in camp I'm like scratching my head here. I forget that we are on camera here. Okay. As long as I'm not scratching something else, right? Anyway,
like
then there would be a problem.
Like my friend would say, "You made it weird, Monica.
Yeah,
you just made it very weird."
Sorry,
Monica.
Let's cut that out. This is Mama's playground. It's not just kid talk. Okay,
it's all good. Yeah.
But what was I saying? I said to him, I'm not gonna keep them in summer all day long. You know, I'll probably do 1 week and then 1 week no. But the fact that they loved it made me think, wow, it's probably better for them too, unless I have plans to take them somewhere like to the beach day or to do something, locally, the zoo or
the beach out here in the East Coast, I would say it's not the best time because of all the seaweed. We went to Boca yesterday for a job and as much as I love the beach, I'm like, please take me out of here. But I do want to do something maybe in Naples on the west side and see
it's cleaner
how the waters are doing. And so I put Luna in her school camp, which at the beginning, I'm like, come on, you go to that school the whole year and you want to spend summer there too. I said, let's go back to Puerto Rico, which we did it last year and it was great. But she said, I just want to at least try it. And I said, okay, we're going to try it for 3 weeks. And then, kids need to get bored too. You know, they need to... And it's hard. Like her bestie, she's leaving. Ana Julia's leaving to Mexico for a whole month. And she had her other friend leave like to Costa Rica for 10 days. And everybody's leaving. And we have all this pressure of, okay, everybody's traveling. And
we're
she's
here.
like, Mom. And I even told Fabian, I said, fall is going to be hard because she's going to be in so many things. And then supposedly the grade and the class she's going to go into, it's going to be very hard. So it's going to be a lot of work. And I said, I need a vacation right before we hit the back to school and all that.
Yeah, you need a time to get away from your original or like your setting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I said, let's do the 3 weeks of summer camp. And she's super excited. And she's there with friends. And just being like in the school scenario without the pressure of having to learn. They learn anyway. But
it's funny because as long as there's other kids around and they're playing, I think they're always going to have fun. It's better than them being at home. I mean, obviously they can stay home every so often and just veg out a little bit. They don't have to always have something, like you said, planned out. But the fact that they're entertained with other kids, they're playing, it's better than them being here at home, at least in my case where I'm working on the computer. And then what do they end up doing? They end up taking the phone or they end up being on YouTube and I keep telling them, no, stop, then they spend hours watching shorts, which I tell them no, because you could spend, I've done it, and for them, for their little brain that's still, evolving, it's not great, for them to be scrolling through all these shorts and reels all day long. So I said, you know what? It's better that they're in camp. It's better that they're outside. It's better that they're playing games with other kids and that they're making new friends because they will meet new friends at camp.
Yeah. And therefore we're going to start listening to new things and new questions because my new friend asked me this and she said that. And I was just telling Luna this year, like when your friends tell you things, just know that not everything is 100% true.
Yes.
Because she'll come like, oh, she told me this. And I'm like, what?
They're in that age.
I don't remember what was the last one. But yeah, it's...
They are in that age where they come and they ask you questions. You're like, where did you get that from? That's not you. Or these like random things and you say, wow, but it's those are regular things. I think we don't remember asking all these questions because we're in our 40s. We're not 7 anymore, 8 years old anymore. But I'm sure that we had our curiosity and our friends that would come with like different things, and we would question and ask our parents, and it's.
But the thing now is that when they have questions, they go to ChatGPT, they go to Claude, they go to Gemini. And this morning when we were getting ready here, I would hear your son Jacob. He was, what is the fastest dinosaur? He was asking Alexa.
Yes.
Then he was asking about the weather, and he kept asking questions. And it's super cute and it's fun, but we also have to be careful because, okay, the summer, we see it like it's a slow time, right? Like, vacation, but not necessarily, especially for working parents from 9 to 5. Yes, they have the kids on camp, but I don't know. I would also feel guilty for the summer, just having them in camp the whole time and not taking like a mini vacation or
spending some time, even if you do a staycation and you're doing different activities with them outside of the house, right?
Yeah. And like what we were saying, let's do the camp now for June, and maybe in July I have like my friends are coming back from Mexico, and a lot of people that I know, they're not going to have their kids in camp that last month. And I said it's about, find an experience that you can do, like museums. I know that the package that you were telling me that they have
a friend of mine sent it to me, and it's basically, here in South Florida, you pay like $60 and you can do 5 attractions like throughout the whole summer. So for 2 months, right? All of June and all of July. And it's basically the Flamingo Gardens. Then you have Miami Metro Zoo in there, which is good. Although it gets so hot, but it's good. The kids like to go. Then they had something else like at Butterfly World, and they had like 2 other things, and I was like, that's cool. You're not gonna probably go all the time, but for $60 and you get to go and maybe plan a day, or you plan a group of friends that that are home with their kids, that you can all go together. Those are fun plans to do versus staying home all summer and doing doing anything.
No, oh my God, Luna's now in the blue. She has been in the Bluey fever.
Is she? Still Bluey?
Still.
My kids don't want anything to do with Bluey.
No, she's 7 and she still likes Little Angel.
Oh my God. Okay,
I know.
I know.
And then Bluey and Gabby's Dollhouse and Peppa. And I love that. I'm like, why not?
That's great.
Then she still plays like the dojo games from like educational
Class Dojo.
games. I'm a little bit more anal with what she's doing on the computer, and now that she knows what ChatGPT is, she's always like, Mom, just ask ChatGPT. And I'm like, no, stop it. Why do you know about this?
my kids, everything. And you know what the issue is too, and I'm at fault here. I completely like put myself out there. I'm at fault. I will tell them if they ask me a question and I don't know the answer to it, I'm like, just ask ChatGPT, and then, or Alexa, just tell Alexa, ask her the question. Because Jacob, my oldest, he's very brainy. And when I say brainy, he's just very curious, right?
Yeah, he was the one just asking about which is the fastest dinosaur.
Everything, the fastest dinosaur. And then he's like, how old is the oldest person that lived? And he said somebody lived to be like 1,000-something years old. And I was like, Jacob, you need to ask ChatGPT. I'm not too sure about that. You know what I mean? So he's like, ChatGPT. And then he'll get on my phone and he'll ask Alexa, And then I'm like, I don't have the answer, so I might as well just have him ask and get the correct answer, But anyways.
No, what has happened to me with ChatGPT lately, and this realization came to me yesterday, and I'm like, this is so wrong. I don't remember what is it that I needed. It was just like comparing one lotion versus the other. And all I had to do was just look for the picture and check out the ingredients, right? But no, I'm like, I'm just going to have ChatGPT do this. And what's happening is that I find myself relying on it on basic things that I could do on my own. That it takes me like 10 minutes to think about something. Should I do it like this? But now it's like, let's just go the easy way. And it's sad because it's the new generation. Think about it. They're not going to even be thinking. They're going to be like, ChatGPT.
I use it like, so what you say with the creams. The other day I was at the store and I was getting like face creams facial wash, this and that. And I took a picture of it, and because of the ingredients, because you know that these ingredients sometimes have like these very like long names, and I'm not too sure what they are. So instead of researching every single thing, I said, I'm gonna just tell me which one's better for my face, like which one has less like chemicals in it, you know, and then it'll say it for you. So I do think it definitely has its pros, you know. Obviously, it has its cons, but it does have its pros.
No, yeah, for
sure.
Know? I'm not saying that I'm not gonna use it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like,
on the contrary, you're gonna keep using it more and more.
100%. But I remember when we first started the podcast, I was trying to do these outlines from scratch, and then Monica would send me like ChatGPT outline version this, and I'm like, stop it! You gotta think, Monica. We gotta put our brains to think. Girl, it's late. This is the outline, and we're just gonna talk about it, and that's it. And I'm like, okay. And I'm trying to do everything like old school, so it has taken me
but
a little bit. But
something.
now, no, I love it.
It's something that cuts time, and unfortunately, in this fast-paced world that we're living, that we gotta also do chores and we gotta work and all the other things that are in between. When you need to do something, and you need somebody, it's like, for instance, you write a letter, and you know you did it okay, but you want to like perfect the letter. You throw it into ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, and say, please make this more polished for me. That's so much help versus having to call somebody, because you might be alone, and say, can you please proofread this for me? You know, it's so much easier, and it's. Again, I know that we're instant gratification people. Everybody, we want things fast and we want things easy, but it definitely does help us save time, you know, or we can put time somewhere else.
Yeah, 100%. You know? Yes, I agree. And Fabian, he's been practicing it a lot. It's been helping him. If you know how to use it, and there's the free version and all that, and it's just amazing what I see that he's able to do on his, you know, workspace, that it helps him a lot. And he was working with these, you know, we're talking about CEOs and people that are doing really well, and they were talking about the future of AI in their businesses. And Fabian comes home saying, like, definitely in a few years, that's it. People are not going to be needed in so many different workspaces. And just 2 weeks ago, on one day, in the same day, I was in 2 birthdays, and I was talking to one dad, and he was, you know, frustrated. He said they're laying off probably 250 employees from my company, and, you know, I'm just trying now to go on the site and get other clients. That same evening, we're having dinner with another group of friends, and one of the gentlemen there, he was saying the same thing. He said, I'm talking to people that are already laid off and they don't know it. It's going to come out in October. And both reasons were the same. It's because of AI. They don't need these people. So it made me really sad. And then as a parent, maybe trying to, you know, lead our kids to go in a way where they can eventually study something, get into a career that won't be replaced by AI. Yeah. Like you were saying today when we were talking about my nephew, firefighters, like that can be replaced.
I mean, I don't think so. I don't know.
Think so.
Not in our generation, and maybe not in our kids, but maybe prior, you never know. At the point that we're going, we'll probably we'll be robots ourselves. Yeah. So they'll like put a chip inside of us and we'll be walking around like robots. I mean, now that it's summer and the kids are going to be home or they're going to be in camp, but when they're home, you know, we do have to be like looking at them and seeing that they're not all day long on AI. I mean, we want them to learn it, right? Eventually, we want them to learn it so that they are, not yet, but we do want them to learn it because that's where we're going with this. You know, this is their future is consisting of AI. Yeah. But at the same time, we want them to still be kids and still like play and have fun and not be completely submerged in just talking to their phone all day long.
And I think we've been really good at that, at balancing it out. But it's funny because the other day I was helping Luna with the math homework and I did not understand it, and it's gonna happen a lot.
Oh yes.
And this is first grade homework, thank you, but it's not the same as first grade back in the day. Like now everything is so much advanced. So she wasn't looking. I tried to do everything without her knowing. I took a picture, and I know Fabian did too. And I put it on ChatGPT, and I'm like, solve this for me. So then it solved it, and then I'm reading at it, and I go, oh, mamita, this is how you do it. Oh, Mom, how do you know that? I just knew.
Yeah, I did this when I was younger.
The phone because obviously I don't want her to be doing the same thing. But more than anything with ChatGPT assisting in homework or whatever. It's in not replacing. For example, if a kid is going through something and they need to talk to an adult about it, it's talk to a person, talk to your mom, talk to a counselor, talk to a teacher, your dad, your grandparent. But don't try to go on AI because that could be that happens, to older kids, obviously. And the other day I said something and it was like, but do you want me to give you advice on this? And I go, sure. And then it kept going and I'm like, wow, this could be a therapist. And we as adults, we're like, okay, no.
No, it is a therapist.
Imagine a teenager. Yeah.
So this is what I was thinking the other day, because I have used AI at one point to to say, I have a headache and I've had it. I don't know. I'm giving you an example, not exactly this, but I've had it for like 5 days. Why is this so? I've been sitting like this, doing this. And then it'll come out with a whole thing. Well, maybe you need to look at your posture. And again, a whole story. And it says, maybe you need to do breathing exercise. Maybe you need to do this. And I'm like, wow, will it be that therapists no longer will exist and AI will be our therapist? I mean, let me tell you, everything it says, and I'm not saying to replace doctors, real doctors, but you can take your test results from your labs before your doctor has even called you and stick it into ChatGPT and say, hey, these are my labs. Anything wrong with them? And it'll tell you, so I see that you need to drink more water because you're whatever. And I'm like, wow, your doctor will tell you the same thing.
Could you imagine? You're going to die in 2 months.
But you know what it is?
It's like delete the account right now.
Oh my God, no.
But yeah, I've done that before. It helps. No?
Is it going to replace doctors? I don't know. But you know what? At the point that we're going,
it's a matter.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, it's just as far as of our kids, it's just keeping an eye on how much they're using it. We were working at a seminar the other day and they interviewed this woman who she's in the Department of Child Pornography, law enforcement, we're talking. And so when she was leaving, I stopped her. I'm like, please, I need a minute. And I said, whatever you tell me, I'm going to do. My daughter is 7. I do have a social media account and sometimes I put pictures, but at times I'm not sure if it's something I should do. And she said, and I was all ears, all my attention on her because whatever advice you gave me, that's it. You give me, that's it. So she said, hey, I don't have kids. I have nephews, nieces. I put pictures of them online. The important thing is keep your account private, know who your contacts are, which that I immediately moved it. I had my account public. So now it's not. So now our Mama's Playground will always be public, but our personal
is private.
Mine, it's going to be private. And then at some point I'll go over who's following me and see who they are and let me see when. And the other thing, obviously trying not to put pictures of them, especially now that it's summer, that you're at the beach and you want to take pictures of your kids. And this woman did tell me, if you're going to do pictures, try not to take any of her, private parts.
Yeah.
Just try to keep it, cerradito.
Well, people could take the face of your daughter or anything and put stuff out there that's not even, pictures that you posted.
So she said, if you're putting something that it could be replaced or something, just be careful, like the face, a lot of people. But she said you can post pictures of her. Just make sure that you know your contacts. And if she's in any of these apps where they can chat with outside people, stop that or do it right next to her. And I said, no. And I said, no, I don't. No Roblox. And she opened her eyes and she said, absolutely no Roblox.
I don't have my kids on Roblox either.
And I said, I had her like for 5 minutes and I deleted and she said, no, nothing that they can be talking to somebody else, which is, it's obvious, it's common sense, but many people don't follow it. And I don't know.
Now that it's summer, now that we are in summer, now's the time to actually be like looking at that because now they have more time to be doing those things, right? Because when they're in school, they're not with the phones, this and that. And then they're here, they go to sleep. I'm sure, Monday through Friday is one thing. Then Saturday and Sunday is another. So you have a little more control. But now let's just say that the kids are home a month in summer, that's where we have to be careful because you're doing your chores. They're home all day long. They might be with their phone. They might be, and then they could be talking to somebody. They can be now, looking at other things, which I have to be careful because my 5-year-old is like that. He'll grab the phone and it's like he goes onto all the things. He'll go on to YouTube to look at videos. Then he loves Roblox because his other little friend has it on his phone. And I'm like, no, I'm not downloading it on my phone. Like the next time, if you go to your friend's house, okay, while I'm there, you'll play it. You know, I'm not gonna be that mom that doesn't allow them to
Put them in a bubble.
to put them in a
Yeah.
bubble. There's people that are like that though. I went to a party one day and the mom had an 11-year-old boy, and that day I do not let my kids on Roblox. Her son came and she told her son, no, they're playing Roblox. You can sit here right next to me till they're done. And she's like, I'm sorry, I could care less. This is the way that I'm going to parent my kid. This is how I choose to do it. I don't want him on Roblox, neither in a party nor in my house. And I said, no, you know what? To each their own. That's perfect. I allowed my kids to do it. And I said, who are you talking to? And they're like, no, he only has his friends that are playing on the game. And I said, okay, while we're here, you can play it, but you're not getting it when you get home. Like, it's for right now, but when we get home, like, there is no Roblox.
It's crazy.
You know?
Like,
So-
it's the things that we need to deal with now because of,
Yeah.
technology, that our parents probably the only thing was, you're going to go outside. Okay, come back before it's dark.
Yeah.
And make sure you wash your hands. I mean, and I asked my mom, was it this hard? And she said, obviously not, because there was no technology such as this and the internet and all the apps and the games and the iPad. I had a Game Boy. That's it. I had a little Game Boy and
I bought,
just
well,
coloring books.
my mother-in-law bought 2 Game Boys, like little, like they're not Game Boys, but they were like Game Boys for my kids, right? When we went traveling. So they have it, but they get bored. They'll play for a little bit and they're like, Mommy, give me the phone. It's like the phone is more entertaining for them.
See, that's the thing.
You know?
Then, okay, let's talk about getting bored. For example, with Luna, when she gets bored, I go, okay, so let's go get a box. Why, Mom? Because I'm gotta go to your room and get all your toys and pack them in a box.
Yeah.
Because, Mom, but they are my toys. You haven't played with them. Because she says, I'm always too busy. I have dance and I have school, and on weekends we have things and I'm too busy. So those moments that she says that she's bored, I'm like, oh, okay, turn off the TV, go to your room and start packing all your toys, and then she'll go to the room and she'll play with her toys.
Yeah, we're going to get rid of them then.
And like Fabian says, it's okay for them to get bored. Like, look at the wall. But when he tells you that he's bored with the Game Boy, just take it all out and see what happens. Take the phone off.
Yeah, I think they do best either. So if they're at home, obviously they love the technology, right? They get bored of the TV as well. They want the phone. And then outside, they do good. But the thing is, here in South Florida, it's really hot outside. So right now for summer, I'll tell them we have a trampoline in the yard. I'll say, okay, just go outside and play. But they can play for like 10 minutes. And then they're like, Mommy, it's too hot outside. So then you got to bring them indoors and find things to do with them indoors. And this is where I say camp is a lifesaver, because at least
for sure.
they're with other kids. They are talking to other kids. They're making new friends. They're doing water activities. You know that the camps change it every day. Like, so one day is water day, and the next day could be we're going to do a movie day. And the next day is bring your book, or bring your, sometimes now they have, obviously, bring your electronic day. And I'm like, damn it. Oh, they do. They have like bring your electronic, and people will go with their Game Boy, or they'll go with their PlayStation, whatever that my kids don't have.
I would bring like a karaoke microphone, turn that thing on and drive.
But I wish the kids would do that. They would have so much fun. They would have so much
I
fun.
would probably do that. Yeah.
These kids are not thinking about that. That's definitely not something on their radar. But camp definitely, oh my God, is a
And it's
lifesaver.
good because they're gonna meet like other people, new kids.
Yeah,
and
I want to go to camp.
I know. I dropped Luna off, which, by the way, big blooper. So camp started on Monday, right? And for some reason, I woke up that morning so paranoid, so scared, because I had not received any email,
That she was registered.
any confirmation, nothing. And we paid registration. We paid for the 3 weeks. And then I'm like, I haven't received anything. So I write to one of the moms at 6:10 a.m. And I go, I haven't received anything. What do they wear? Like, what about food? And she sends me a whole message. And I go,
I didn't receive
and
this.
I said, I didn't receive it. So I go there. She's not on the list. But obviously they know her. Luna, come on.
Technically it's a school
we're
camp.
going to put you here. Yeah, we're going to put you here. And then, but I was so paranoid because I said, you know what I forgot to do?
What?
Register her.
Oh.
I paid for everything, but for some reason, there's just so many steps. Like, there's so many steps. You have to do this and do that. And then they're asking for all of this when we were still testing for FAST, and I ready. So I'm like, I'll do summer camp later. I'm like, Fabian, did you pay for it? Yeah, pay for it. And then I go, oh my God, that's what happened. So I'm like registering her. Then I fill out some paper. And then I said, oh, something happened. I don't know. I did register. So they probably say, yeah, this morning.
Listen, thankfully,
so yeah, she's good.
it's funny because I didn't realize this. Again, I'm sometimes like in all over the place, but I had put something the other day on TikTok and I said, ladies, it's summer. What is everybody going to be doing for summer? And some moms, I said, I don't have any plans. And then some moms said, what do you mean you don't have any plans? Like, you haven't registered your kid in summer camp? And I'm like, oh, I haven't done it yet. Well, some people had to respond that you're going to be left out of summer camp. And I'm here thinking like, no, I'm not.
You did it like
I did it the same day.
Right?
Are you kidding me? The same day that I took them in, I said, okay, I sat down at the registrar's office. Again, this is their school camp. I'm sure I can't get away with that in every camp. But I sat down, I filled out the form, and I paid that same day, and I took them in. So I was like, what do you mean? I'm not late. And it was true. I was not late.
So he was probably not listed in any group.
No, they put him in. Listen, over there, they have it based off of ages. So they have them or they have it off of grades. So like kinder up to first maybe is together. And then second to fourth is together. So it was not a big deal. And I was like, whatever, these moms don't know what they're talking about. And I'm just kidding. but maybe it's, it depends on the camp,
But it looks so much fun when I dropped her off. I'm like, I want to go, like that excitement and everybody dressed like with
Where's
the
there
camp
an adult
shirt,
day?
like,
This is, so we have an idea here. We do an adult camp. We do an adult camp. And we call it Mama's Playground.
Exactly. We got the name.
Camp.
Check.
And then this is like a Mama's Playground camp for all the women. You don't have to be a mama. If you have a dog, we count you in.
I love how she's making this up.
We
right
count
now.
you.
Okay.
We count you. And then we have we do like a big, kind of like a meetup movie night kind of thing. And we do like activities for like maybe a week.
We want movies.
I mean, not a movie. Or we do like go dancing.
A retreat.
A retreat.
I want a retreat, which by the way, we're going to bring Clara. Clara is a really, really, really good friend. And she's
travel
organizing
expert.
These amazing retreats in, she said Peru. I believe she said Belize. No, I forgot. She just had one in Puerto Rico.
Is there a reason why you're squinting?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
I'm like, what are you looking at?
By trying to remember, I go like this. Like if it's written in the wall, and I'm like, where
eso como de
is it?
viejita. Eso de viejita.
Stop it. Okay, I need to stop that. But she's gonna be here, and she's gonna be talking about these retreats. Some are that, for example, she has one in January, which has to do with detox. Some are very like holistic. It's for different things, and so she's gonna tell us more about it, and maybe we can join her in one of these and do an episode from one of these beautiful countries while we're doing yoga.
So I have an idea. So that would be great. So like obviously not this summer because we're late in the game. But next summer, we plan, a Mama's Playground summer camp. So while the kids are at camp, the mamas are also at camp. And then we do outings because if the camp is till like 6 or 4, that means we can do more. And we schedule them. We take them in the morning from like 8 to 4. And then us moms have from like when we drop them off till we have to pick them up for our own camp.
No work.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I mean, okay, so maybe like 1 day camp, like a 1 day camp, which doesn't exist for the kids, but a 1 day camp for us, like once a week. And we call it Mama's Playground.
We start with coffee,
camp.
Then we go and we do some stretching
at the park.
It's too hard for the park. We're not going to the park. And then we do like some yoga or Pilates and weights and then we'll have a Prosecco, me and my Prosecco. And then we have a nice healthy meal, and then we'll have somebody come and play like these instruments while we're doing some
well, that could be 1 day. And then the next day we do this. Then we go to a park and we like rent one of those big that we actually do like a Mama's Playground, but like if we were kids. And then while they're in camp, we do at the park, a public park, we rent bounce houses with water, and we all get in our bathing suits. And we go into these bounce houses and we have a beer at hand and we all jump and we slide. I can picture it.
This actually sounds so much fun. And then at the end, we're going to have like a table with Bengay, icy.
Exactly. Ambulance right there waiting for us. There's going to be an ambulance.
It's going to be like, Mama's Playground. Oh my gosh, my back.
So we need so this is we're gonna have like little permission slips. And on there's going to be emergency contact.
Our husbands are going to be like, sign this. In case of an emergency, I will be in charge of packing the kids' lunch tomorrow.
And wait, and in case we can't go to pick up our kids now because we're injured, we need like a backup plan for somebody to pick them up. Oh my God, I see it. I envision it. Tell me,
Mama's Playground 2027.
Okay, we're Darlene, we have to remember this episode. We're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Okay,
I see
we
this.
need to get some sponsors.
Yes.
Let's think about Motrin. Tylenol.
¿Qué más?
Aleve.
That's the pain management, right? We have the pain management. We'll have some therapists on site in case you injure yourself.
And then we can have some Josh so we can get like some yummy Prosecco and wine. And
have somebody cater the food, you know.
We'll have our friend Maricela cater the food. That's it. We got it.
I got it. This is going to go far, you guys. This idea. Remember, we just this is, what is it, June? What's
10?
June 10th of 2026. Wait for it. Next year, okay? Summer next year. Let's put it out into the world. I envision this.
Okay, so we're going to have bounce houses at C.B. Smith Park.
We'll invite our Miami-Dade girls too. Miami-Dade and Broward. We'll all get together. We'll do this big event.
Okay. So if any of you are interested in this beautiful idea and fun idea that Monica just came up with, then hit us up and we're going to have a great summer.
Absolutely. I could see, Darlene, you know how much fun. You know how many moms will be like, sign me up. Sign me up. They'll act like they're kids while their kids are not around. We get water guns.
That's actually healthy. Oh, I like
water
that.
guns and water balloons. And we have like a pool party, like kids style.
Like that. And then we'll have like, I don't know, let's throw piñatas in there and we'll throw condoms. Well, we're not in that stage anymore, probably. But no. I remember doing like I don't remember how old, and we wanted like a kid party for adults, and we just put like condoms and
we do wrinkle creams. We do wrinkle creams. We get sponsors for wrinkle creams.
That's better.
And aesthetic stuff, and then clothing, and a weekend retreat at a spa kind of thing in the piñatas. Like in eggs, like they'll come out of these big eggs.
Now you got my interest.
You see, I have this out. You know what? My mind's gonna go, whoo. You know where Jacob gets it from now, right? I go.
She's gonna be like, Alexa, how do I plan
this big bash?
Let's do it. No, let's do it
for real.
But let's do it like in another place, in another country.
We could start here. This could be a worldwide thing. I feel like Mr. 305 Pitbull, worldwide, you know? It's going to be a worldwide event. We start here in South Florida, and then if it hits good here, we start going to everywhere. We'll go to Puerto Rico, then we go and we start expanding these Mama Playground events. Listen to that.
I like that.
Yeah. You see?
I like that.
We got it?
Yeah. So if you're listening, if you're watching, and if you want to be part of this plan, adventure, I love it. But talking about adventures, aside from the kids' camp and all that, any plans in the month of July? Because this is the thing. I asked Luna, in Puerto Rico, we would end school in May and we would start like at the end of August. And here we finish in June. And I go, Luna, when do you start school? Because let's see if maybe we can go somewhere for a day or two. And she goes, August 9th or 10th.
Yes.
Something like that.
I think in Broward, if I'm correct, I think it's like August 12th.
So, I mean, I don't know. Are you the parent that you want the summer to be long, or you are the parent that just wants to put the kids back in school and start the new year? I think your husband is more like that. Because last year, for school to start and things to be more stable, because last year when we were in Puerto Rico, I think he told me that. He said, no, I like summer, but I like when school starts and everything goes back to normal routine.
I think it's the fact because keeping them entertained all summer. And then we don't want to put them again in the same camp for 2 months. You want to do activities. You want to do a trip, at least. Something so that they remember their summer. Again, we only get 18 summers. That is the truth. We only get. But it's the truth. There was a meme the other day that said, "Remember, appreciate it. As crazy as it could get, as stressful because you don't know what to do with them sometimes, or you can't do anything. You know, everybody's situations are different. Like you only get 18 summers.
Did you hear that, Fabian? We only get 18 summers with Luna.
There's only there, and there's gonna be a point. She's like, Mom, I don't want to spend summer with you. Like, I want to go out with my friends. And not just saying that. I was talking to a friend yesterday at my friend's house, and she has two teenagers. One is 15, the other one is 13. And she said, what do you mean? At 11 years old, they were already telling me, I don't want to hang out with you. She's like, and I try to do things. She goes, and you know what? I'm no longer forcing them to do anything with me. She's like, I'm not going to go through that battle. It used to stress me out before. She said, now I'm like, you don't want to spend time with me? Go ahead. No, I don't care. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Do whatever you want. She's like, I'm not fighting with them anymore. She goes, because I was losing my shit. She's like, I would do things. I would get out of work early and say, hey, I have the day off. And one's 15 and one is 13.
Oh, that age.
Yeah.
Those ages.
And I said, so really in reality, if we're lucky, we will get 18 summers of being able to spend time with our kids. If we do it right and they want to be with us and, and so on. So
I'm sad. Thanks for listening, guys. See you next week.
But it's true. It's true.
Yeah, so we just have to make the best of it. And, Luna, and we've talked about this, being that she's an only child. She always wants to be with friends. Like every weekend it's like, Mom, who are we going to see? Who are we going to see? And I'm trying to, it's my first time being a mom and going through this for the first time, right? But this is the time when, like on weekends, I go, okay, Luna, this is a weekend where you're not going to see any of your friends. You need to learn how to have fun just with me.
Yeah.
Or just with your dad or just with
or
us.
on your own. Enjoy your company.
And on your own. And she listens, and I see her, being less asking about who we're going to see, unless it's a whole week without seeing any of her friends. But yeah, it would kill me the day that she does say that. Hopefully not all are the same. Hopefully she'll be like, Mom, come and join us, or we want to do this. That's why it's important for the parents to also be friends.
Absolutely. It makes a big difference. Because it's like, wait,
you girls want to go there? Well, we're all going, and we're all going to have a great time, and we're going to stay in our Airbnb.
It makes a big difference. Yeah. It makes a big difference because you get your adult time with your friends that you get along with. Hopefully the couples, everybody gets along, and then the kids get along. So it's like you get the best of both worlds. Yeah. But yeah, I have to appreciate it. You know what? I think just a thought that I had when we were talking about AI and all the electronics and this and that previously with the kids and the 18 summers, I think maybe now this is another thing. That
sounds like a movie or like a...
What?
The Kids and the 18 Summers.
Kids, well, now you see if, don't put more ideas in my head.
So many ideas, Monica.
Don't put more ideas in my head. What I was going to say is, with the electronics, now you say, okay, we have 18 summers. Yeah, technically till they're 18, right? Till they're adults. But when they become 11, 12, 13, if they are stuck on the electronics, that's where you start to see the bad mood. I've seen it with like the nieces and nephews and this and that. They want to be, even yesterday at my friend's house with her cousin's daughters. She's the one that was telling me about that. Her daughters at 11 were like, I saw them, headphones on, phone, underneath the covers, the whole time we were there. Listen, my 5-year-old does that. Okay. And I say, he's 5, and I have to stop him and say, hey, get out from under there. Give me the phone. So I say, if we don't put kind of like a boundary, and this is everybody, eventually, yeah, they will be 11, 12, 13 years old being like, I don't want to be with you. I want to be on my phone. My phone is my thing. My phone, talking to my friends on, all these chats and all that. So yes, if you have your kids at home for summer, and enjoy the time that you get with them, especially when they're in the age group of our kids, right? Because they're just going to get older, and eventually we're not going to be, we're not going to be their everything. It's going to be their friends, the phone. Let me do a TikTok video. And who are we to say anything? We have a podcast, and my kids see me doing TikToks sometimes.
Yeah, but you're 25.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You mean I am? No. I was gonna reverse it, and if I reverse it, I'll be 54. And I was like, no. But anyways, yeah.
But I mean, if you tell Noah, if you try, I would start now, because he's still moldable. But when he's a preteen, and it's like Fabian always says, the day that we give Luna a phone, that's when we lose her, and it happens. Like it happened with my youngest nephew. I mean, we didn't lose him, but in the next gatherings, I would just see him on the phone, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he was like on the phone, and it's understandable. That's how that they want to see what everybody else is doing, and that's how they communicate. But still, like we've talked about this again, Jennifer Garner, she didn't give a phone to their kids. The kid was what, 16, 17 or something, or
and her
older.
kids thanked her later.
And they thanked her later. And I told that to Luna, and she said, I want to see a picture of her because I tell Luna about her. And I said, one day you're going to understand. And now that she reads, when she started reading this year, it's now she grabs my phone, and Fabian had to tell her the other day, stop reading other people's messages. And she's like, Monica just sent you a message and this. And I don't want her to be so starting to get like this anxiety of trying to get the phone. First time parenting, and in this stage where the kids have phone and they see us. So if we put it there, they're going to grab it and they're going to imitate us.
I don't know what the right answer is for that. And again, going right now to the summer. Sorry, I'm like scratching my eye.
Scratching your eye. That's where the ideas are coming from, Monica.
They're coming. The more I do that, the more, it expands. Now that we are, in summer, oh my God, this is happening to me a lot. This is really bad. I mean, this is where I'm going on to a thought process, and you say something and I forget it. This is the second time this happened in this episode. And then I started saying, the other day, this happened to me. No. And I said, oh my God, can it be? Because all of a sudden my phone popped up an article about dementia, right? And I was reading the dementia and I go, wait 1 second. These signs seem like stuff that's happening to me. I go, no. But I go, is it or is it not? It's no, this has to be other stuff,
You're not going to be una vieja hipocondriaca.
No, you no sé. But I just reading and I said, oh my God, what if it was the starting of dementia? And I was like, no, let me read further into this Chat GPT. Do you think because? And then it said, no, don't worry about it. It's your age. It's the
Don't worry about it. It's your age.
It's your age. It's the perimenopause. It's the things that you're juggling 1,000 things. I said, okay, yeah, let me put that to rest.
Yeah, it's understandable that we forget things in life, because we forget things like registering your kid to go to summer camp after you pay for everything. So it's okay that when things are happening live, like having a conversation, that the same thing happens, that you forget what you were going to say.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, and I can't get back to it. And I'll get back to it after we like, oh, this is a wrap, Mama's Playground. I'll be like, Darlene, now I remember what I was going to say. This is like all the time. Anyways,
so
whatever.
When we wrap up, it's going to be like, hey, FYI, we got...
Whatever.
She's gonna be like, thanks for tuning in Dada's Playground, Mama's Playground.
That's like Dory. I'm like Dory from what is it? Dory from Finding Nemo. And they were like, she has anxiety, PTSD. I don't know what they said about her in that movie. You remember Finding Nemo? Anyways, okay.
It's age. It's okay. You know what? It's cool. We need a break. We need a rest, and it's summertime, so. I don't know. For me, this summer, I just want to be in the pool, the beaches on the West Coast, and just trying to find those moments to reset.
Yeah.
Because, like they say, summer is supposed to be slow, which is kind of not, because we're trying also to keep, the kids busy. And the more you have, the harder it is. But also we need to find a moment as moms, as dads, to reset, because once it starts again in August, and then before you know it, it's Halloween, Christmas, the fall events, the costumes, the testing, it's a lot, and I need a break.
I think we all do. We need to find that time and say, it's summer. Let's figure out whether it's a little weekend getaway, whether it's, I don't know, doing something different out of the norm from your regular schedule of school and work and all that.
Yeah, and then just trying to find those moments to be with your kids, because summer, I mean, kids love summer. I remember my summers. We would go to New York almost every summer, and I remember it was super hot. But I love that we were with the family, and there was no phones or nothing at that time. And I still think about those days, and I still remember. And I want my daughter to feel the same way, to be like, oh my God, I remember the summer where we would do, and it could be something small, just activities. The day after school ended, I put on a board. I immediately did like this week, this is what we're going to be doing. And you're going to be reading an English book this day, Spanish book this day. And today we're going to do this. And they get excited, like to cross the things and add chores. Make them do chores. this is the time when you're like, okay, on this day, you're going to take everything from that drawer and you're going to take out the things you don't want and fold everything, and they'll see it as a game. So you have to like sneak in chores in there with fun and find whatever works for you. But definitely find that moment where you can reset for sure.
Yeah. Camp, reset.
Well, camp is not for us.
No.
Not yet.
No.
Summer 2027.
Summer 2027. Seriously, I'm thinking about this. My mind is still like up there going, Mama's Playground. Yes, I could see it. Mama's Playground summer camp. I see it.
I like it. Me too. And it
see
started
it.
today,
Yeah.
June 10th. Tomorrow, I have an anniversary, by the way, with that man that's behind the camera.
So I'm going to tell you beforehand here on our show, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
happy
you.
anniversary.
Thank you. 9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
And who's
Yep.
counting? Are you counting?
I just started. He was going to say something. He's like, I plead the fifth. I'm very excited. We're going to have Clara in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to be talking about those retreats that she's working on, and we definitely have to jump on one of those.
Yeah. Clara, she is a travel expert. So any travel things, well, you guys will see on the next episode.
Yes. So actually, if you have any question regarding travel now with the world being crazy as it is, and with, the airlines that are shutting down, and well, it was only one, but there's so many things changing in the transportation and airline industry. So if you have any question, just let us know through our inbox, and we'll ask Clara, and she'll come with an answer for you in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Happy
Bye.
summer.
Happy summer.
Bye.